outset, I'm audible. At the outset, good morning, Virat.
Good morning.
I am pleased to see such a huge attendance on the first lecture itself. I think the organization which can give such attendance in the first lecture of any conference, उसका सूरज कभी डूब नहीं सकता. Big round of applause for Virar IMA. Dear friends, I am going to speak today about the handling media, which has not been now till today. No of our organization, neither IMC, neither IMA, neither any of the organization or government has given any guidelines of how to behave, how to handle hostile situations when a media trial is given by and faced by a doctor. Now this is a popular Marathi newspaper, news printed in November 23. This is a routine news. Whenever there is a death or a mishap in any hospital, such kind of news are very common. The news says, डॉक्टरांच्या हलगर्जीपणामुळे रुग्णाचा मृत्यू 2.5 वर्षानंतर डॉक्टरांविरुद्ध गुन्हा दाखल. अब ये न्यूज़ हम लोग टाइम यूजुअली लेते हैं, इससे रूटीन न्यूज़, इसमें कुछ अलग नहीं लग रहा है. बट व्हाट हैपन्स whenever there is a death in a hospital after 2 years, whatever time given by the committee, the JJ committee, medical college, they take time. विसरा जाता है, विसरा आने के लिए दूसरा का रिपोर्ट आने के लिए takes time. So because of that, negligence committee gives report after a duration of 6 months, 1 year, etc. And if negligence committee gives certain negative report, in that scenario the 304A is applicable and the doctor can be arrested. So even if the negligence committee has given certain negative report, it doesn't mean that the doctor is convicted. Unless the doctor goes to the court of law and the court of law convicts him or her, he is not supposed to be a person whom such allegations are made. डॉक्टरांच्या हलगर्जीपणामुळे रुग्णाचा मृत्यू means doctor has been negligent according to the newspaper, which is not actually true because in our judicial system everybody is innocent unless he is convicted. Even if somebody is facing a murder charge, unless he is convicted, he is supposed to be innocent. So going by that, even this is offensive. So think about what might be happening to the doctor if the offensive doctor ने खून किया, लुटेरा डॉक्टर, खूनी डॉक्टर, इस टाइप का जब आता रहेगा न्यूज़, तो what a doctor might be facing because doctor takes years together to earn the degree. Most trained students of the schools, colleges, they give all the competitive exams, they spend 10 years, 12 years study, and they earn the reputation. To earn reputation, it takes years, and to lose, it takes minutes. So if such news are there, okay, the doctor will be acquitted from the court of law tomorrow after 2-3 years. But these news they spoil the reputation of a doctor and his right to livelihood. So since such thing is being handled, the media is handling such things irresponsibly. I am not blaming media. There are good persons everywhere. There are bad doctors also, bad journalists also. Unfortunately, media is also self-regulatory profession. Like we have Medical Council of India now, which has been changed to NMC. Media has Press Council of India. 2022 में अपने लिए guidelines है how to behave. Even for the social media guidelines we have got in 2022. Similarly, 2022 में journalist के लिए भी guidelines है. Nobody tries to open the web page of Press Council of India. अपने doctors लोग इतना पढ़ते नहीं. Journalist अपने web page खोलते हैं. हम लोग उनका कभी we don't open. तो 147 पेज का पूरा guidelines है how media should behave with people, with doctors, how the media should behave with while reporting HIV patients का reports, and how they should behave when they are dealing with toxic cases. So there are a number of guidelines given for them also. But unfortunately, very few educated people and people having know-how come in this field of the journalism. Many people are not much educated and they fall into the journalism and they report irresponsibly. Because of that, the field gets spoiled. Now this says, I don't think many people might be knowing who is this? Narad Muni. See, in our ancient system, there are Munis and Rishis. Rishis used to chant mantras. Rishis talkative होते थे. They used to always chant mantras. And Munis used to mediate. Munis है ना Mahan Vrata. Mahan means Muni. They used to mediate and they used to speak very little. But whenever they used to speak, आग लग जाती. जैसा नारद मुनि. नारद मुनि used to speak very less. नारद मुनि जैसा भी महाभारत में जो दिखाते हैं, they speak in a different manner. But Narad Muni never he motivated people to fight whenever fight is necessary. Sometimes we don't get things unless we fight. Dharma rakshaya, karma rakshaya. Sometimes we have to fight wars also. So that was promoted by Narad Muni. But he was depicted in a different manner by Bollywood and EPs, different EPs. They portrayed him as in Mahabharata also he has been portrayed. Kadisa Narad in Marathi it is said. Means whenever a person is igniting quarrel, he is known as Narad. So actually, Narad Muni was a first Patrakar of this ancient civilization. He debuted as carrying Veena, Kartal, and he was unpopular. Rather, he was depicted unpopular by our Bollywood and different serials by spicing up facts used to begin quarrels. He was known for various controversies, and his birthday is celebrated as Patrakar Divas officially in many parts of North India, and it's actually celebrated as a Patrakar Divas. In Maharashtra, Balshastri Jambekar, his birthday is celebrated as Patrakar Divas, and in North India, Narad Muni's birthday is celebrated as Patrakar Divas. Now we will come to this actual talk, how the media will contact you. Any media, if any mishap occurs or any patient saves or anything happens, any controversy occurs in the hospital, they will contact you by either phone, email, by social media, by posting comments on the social media page or this thing, our profile, personally arriving at your doorstep, hospital or home, through colleagues, friends or family members. How to deal? Avoid, see, these all guidelines have taken from a South African medical legal consultant agency. There is their association and ACOG guidelines, because long back till 2022, no guidelines were there. In 2022, NMC has given certain guidelines of how a doctor should behave with the social media. But NMC is in the state of suspension, so the guidelines is suspend हो गए हैं. The guidelines are in the state of suspension because उसमें बहुत सारे चीजें थे जो IMA वगैरह we are not ready to accept, so it has been suspended. But that also I am going to read later on. Now avoid responding straight away. Whenever there is a death in the hospital, doctor is unfortunately in a state of anxiety, anger, guilt. So कोई भी आंसर आता है बहुत ज़्यादा explanatory mode में चला जाता है. नहीं, I have taken care of the patient. We all doctors are here since so many hours. We are struggling, but unfortunately patient could not be saved. So he always in the explanatory mode. So it's always advisable not to respond straight away. Ask for exact issues they would like to comment on and their deadline. Obtain their contact details and politely convince them that you will call back. कि सर एक्झॅक्ट काय काम होतं म्हणजे कशाबद्दल पेशंटबद्दल विचारायचं होतं ना. ठीक है, तो मैं आपको थोड़ा देर बाद फ़ोन कर सकता हूँ 2-3 घंटे के बाद, बिकॉज आई एम द फॉर्मेलिटीज नो. पेशेंट्स अभी मेरे को टीसी देना है, फिर कुछ चीज़ें है, पेपर कंप्लीट करना है, पुलिस को देना है, तो ये चीज़ों के लिए मुझे समय चाहिए. तो कैन आई कॉल यू आफ्टर लाइक 1 hour 2 or something like that, so that I can give you precise information. So this way we can always tackle them and contact. By that what happens, you get time, you buy time, and during that period, during the period which you are getting, you can contact a medical legal consultant or lawyer. Now fortunately many doctors are very available, so we have a good number of medical legal consultants, at least in this area. So we can contact them and we can take an advice of how to speak or what to write and what exactly should be revealed to the media. Seek his or her advice, that is medical legal consultant's advice before reporting to the media. Ignorance is not innocence in any judicial system and for the media also. If you are ignorant of certain facts and revealing unnecessary explanation or unwarranted information to the journalist, that also can go against us. There are certain areas where medical legal consultant may not be available. In that case, the report may be prepared by yourself. That also, you should take the help of all the your colleagues and experienced colleagues, and you prepare the report. You should take time to prepare your message. You should not be hurried. Use plain language that cannot be misconstrued or taken out of context. Big medical jargons, बड़े-बड़े शब्द होते हैं, they should not be used in the text prepared for media. And the media report should be less as possible. One can take help from medical associations like IMA, AMC. Anything said can be published. Nothing is off the record. Many times journalists tell us कि डॉक्टर ये रिकॉर्ड में तो नहीं लूँगा, लेकिन बताओ अभी डेथ तो एनेस्थीसियोलॉजिस्ट की वजह से हुआ रहेगा ना, क्या ऑपरेशन की वजह से हुआ. So such kind of questions may be asked by the journalist diplomatically, and nothing is like off the record. They can take that also in the news. Now, in spite of doing all these things, if a photographer or a camera appears outside your hospital or clinic, inform him regarding the legal implications of filming patients, especially female patients and children. It's better to handle them diplomatically and call them with appointment so that the patient appointments can be rescheduled. We can tell them that now patients are there, higher patients are. So can we come at this particular time so that we can reschedule the appointments and we can sit around and I can answer your queries appropriately. This however is a very difficult task. This has to be handled very higher degree of diplomacy is required for handling such photographer query. In spite of your request, if they are not listening and they are making a video of yours, in that case, one should maintain the professional composure. You should not be angry, at least you should not show that you are angry on your face. Don't react angrily. Angry image along with a negative news will impact more adversely. Legal proceedings can also be reported. If the case in case कुछ होता नहीं, कंज्यूमर में केस चला गया, तो वहाँ पे भी जर्नलिस्ट आपको पकड़ सकते हैं because that is also reportable. In that case also you can refuse them very politely saying that the matter is sub judice so I don't want to speak on it. And you can direct your medical legal consultant or your lawyer so that they can see. Even if nobody is there, your colleagues can answer better. Because जब अपने पे आता है तो we lose our composure. जब कोई friend का केस रहता है या कोई इसका रहता है तो we never lose our composure. We are in the state of composed mind. So our colleague can answer appropriately for us if he knows the matter properly than ourselves. Now during smart talk with media, we use certain guidelines by MCI and certain legal provisions that I have tried to include in the 2 slides coming on the way. Confidentiality. MCI guidelines are still in force because NMC guidelines have been postponed. So MCI guidelines have clearly say us they restrict revealing the private information of the patient to media because it violates patient's right to privacy. The media persons, they can be reminded the same and that can work. That works. कायदे कानून में हम लोग दे नहीं सकते private information. So after a particular extent, you can avoid giving much information by saying this. Specific comments whenever there is a press conference, a big corporate hospitals take and many journalists come. Sort of press conference is there. In that case, it's always advisable to offer condolences first to the deceased family and then start the conference. That makes a lot of positive impact. Keep press statement lucid, factual. It should not cross 150 words and it should not be very lengthy because lengthy statements can be distorted. It is always advisable to involve other people in your talk or in your dealing with media. Especially if you are working in a corporate hospital or big hospital, the employer of the hospital, colleagues, etc. should be involved. That helps to a great extent. Now this is undercover journalism. This is something which is very common nowadays because cameras have become very common now. There are small cameras in pens, small cameras in button. So we don't know who is filming us these days. Because they might not ask you, but they might be filming you, don't know. So in such cases, this is a very difficult situation to handle. It's very tricky. The generalized methodology of guarded and medico-legally and socially correct way of speaking should be adopted in such cases. No loose talks, no backbiting about our colleagues, no unethical practice. Obviously, many of us don't indulge into unethical practice, but sometimes the border of ethical and unethical is very, very hazy. So in that case also one should be very cautious. Now today's topic was handling media in hostile situations, but I have included social media also. Because whenever there is a hostile situation, media will approach us. But if you don't handle social media appropriately, hostile situation may come to you. So and moreover, NMC has also come out with certain guidelines regarding how a doctor should be on the social media. So I wanted to include that also. So 2-3 slides I have made about the social media also. Now it was an ACOG survey. Since I am a gynec, I have included ACOG survey. ACOG survey said that many gynecologists are reluctant to engage in communication with the patients. There are serious concerns of liability and potential exposure to litigation whenever we are, indulging into the social media. Now इसमें 2 चीजें, एक तो liability है और दूसरा है patient doctor relationship मीडिया पे कैसा है, सोशल मीडिया पे. टेलीमेडिसिन और सोशल मीडिया, these two are different things. टेलीमेडिसिन अभी लीगल है. कोविड में गाइडलाइन है that is continuing. But telemedicine, telephonic consultation is allowed now. But the same consultation on the social media is not allowed. So there are different aspects of liability as well as doctor-patient relationship and the risk factor. कि कौन सी activity करेंगे कितना risk है. If you are opening a Facebook page, how much is the risk? If you are advising somebody on the Facebook Messenger, or if you are advising somebody openly on the Facebook forum, So what are the liabilities, what are the risk factors, and how the dynamics of patient-doctor relationship will move, that we will study in these 2-3 slides, and then we can come to the conclusion. Now, statutory laws applicable to the factual communication are applicable to the social media communication also. जो हम लोग आज आमने सामने जो बात कर रहे हैं उसके लिए जो स्टैट्यूटरी लॉ है, सेम लॉज आर एप्लीकेबल फॉर द सोशल मीडिया आल्सो. When a patient entering in your clinic, contract establishes. Similarly, if you are advising somebody, contract establishes on the social media also. Now this is the old slide. At times, state medical councils still don't have any laws or guidelines regarding the use of social media by doctors. ACOG has guidelines, and now NMC has come with guidelines, which many doctors they don't go on the website of NMC and they see. So I have included these 10 guidelines, which may be like little bit complex, but I think I will wind up in small. Like इसमें they have given first 3 points they have given about the general conduct, how should be the general conduct, and then they have given specific points, which things should not be done. So first I will quote general conduct, which are the key principles. The broader principle of media ethics should guide the use of social media by RMPs. RMPs need to distinguish between telemedicine and social media. All written and visual communication should be truthful, respectful, and professional. This is what NMC has told. Now we will see the guidelines. What guidelines NMC has given? RMPs can provide information and announcement on the social media. Many doctors are nowadays being approached by different agencies कि मैडम कि सर ये इस चीज़ पे आप बोलो, या वैक्सीनेशन पे बोलो, या तो ब्लीडिंग पे बोलो, कोई भी चीज़ पे, जैसे अभी डेंगू है, जैसे पीडियाट्रिशियन लोग तो they are approaching, so many people are asking whether we should go there or not. See, going there and passing information which is generic is allowed, but going there and advertising yourself or advertising certain specific brand name is not allowed. RMPs can provide information and announcement, but they cannot advertise anything. RMPs should avoid discussing the treatment of patients on public social media. It is very common. Public social media पे many doctors are there and many non-doctors are also there. Unfortunately, if somebody is suffering from cancer and it is being discussed, then a doctor में quote किया है हाँ उसको cancer हुआ तो मेरे पास ही आया था, मैंने उसको surgery advise किया था. So details are not supposed to be put on a social media. Patients photograph and scan images. This is very common, especially cosmetic surgeons. Before, after, such images are posted. This to show their skill, but that is not allowed because अभी तो guidelines force में नहीं है. Once the guideline comes on the force, it will be like violation of the guidelines and your registration will be suspended. RMP's behavior on the social media towards his colleagues should be guided by general principles of medical ethics on professional behavior. मतलब backbiting, interprofessional jousting, if it is done on the media, it can lead to the suspension of the registration. RMP should not directly or indirectly indulge in practice of purchasing likes of followers. आजकल इंस्टीट्यूट्स के लिए या तो वेब पेज अपना जीमेल पे रहता है, उसमें लाइक्स का बहुत ये चल रहा है. पेशेंट को देख के मेनी पेशेंट डिसाइड हाउ इज द डॉक्टर. So there are certain agencies also who take money from you and they increase your likes and followers. The same agency, if you don't give money, I think next talk is on the fraud, online fraud. So this same agencies can like dislike you, or same agencies can also write something bad about you also. So such वो दुधारी तलवार है, उसको कितना अपनाने का वो one has to decide. RMP should not is not allowed also NMC guidelines के हिसाब से. RMP should not request or share patients' testimonial recommendations or endorsement or views in the social media. Now it is very common, but once the guideline force में आया तो it is not allowed. RMP should refrain from sharing images of ill cure patients or surgery procedure videos are not allowed. RMP is allowed to share educative material for information of the general public. RMP web page should also follow the same guidelines as above. मैं वहाँ पे भी वीडियो में डाल सकते हैं web page पे. On social media, RMP should refrain from boundary crossing and violations and conduct themselves with dignity and decorum. Soliciting patients directly or indirectly through social media is unethical. So these are few of the guidelines given by the NMC, which are in force, but it's very likely to come in force. Many of these are being violated nowadays, so one should be aware of it. Now, doctor-patient relationship social media में कैसे रहता है? Basically कोई भी चीज़ क्रिमिनल होती है जब किसी का एकदम डैमेज हो जाता है, लाइफ को एंडेंजर होता है तो क्रिमिनल होती है. कोई चीज़ जैसे सिविल मैटर में आता है तो our offenses mostly come in the civil matter. So उनको टॉर्ट कहते हैं. टॉर्ट means to twist. Normally things are just twisted, not broken. तो अभी whenever a patient will ask something to you on the social media and you advise, your contract is established because that comes under Indian Contract Act 1972. ये बहुत कॉमन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, ऐसा दिन ब दिन हम लोग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते रहते हैं। जैसे अभी मुझे सर ने मेल किया कि आप प्रेजेंट करोगे क्या, मैंने बोला हाँ सर करूँगा। डॉक्टर मितेश ने फ़ोन किया, डॉक्टर श्रीराम ने फ़ोन किया, मैंने बोला करूँगा। कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज इस्टेब्लिश्ड। अभी इसमें तो कोई होता नहीं, बट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज ऑलरेडी इस्टेब्लिश्ड। द इंटरेक्शन ऑन द ऑनलाइन सोशल मीडिया अट्रैक्ट्स वेरियस IT प्रोविजन। गुड मॉर्निंग सर। The interaction on the social media attracts various IT provisions, needless to say, like 65, IPC 65, 65A. So when you are posting something, you are under the scrutiny of the IPC also, not only AMC. Doctors need to be cautious regarding advising somebody who is already not your patient, because the contract gets established and something happens to the patient, you are liable to face the complications. Online communication with the patient, already I told you, कि electronic record, it is electronic record. If somebody is asking some advice online and you are giving it, तो you cannot retract it. बाद में बोल भी नहीं सकते कि मैंने नहीं कहा था। आपके क्लिनिक में एडवाइस कर रहे हैं तो कभी रिट्रैक्ट तो कर सकते हैं कि नहीं तो बेटा लगा होगा। But if you are advising on the social media, you cannot retract also because it goes, the data goes to the social media side. Nobody can retract it. So online communication with patients or advising patients on the social media is a high risk behavior. It is recommended that gynecologist should not answer anything on the social media unless he or she is your patient, prior patient. Now health team communication. It is communication among doctors. If you are communicating amongst ourselves on social media where non-doctors are also the members and we are revealing something about the patients on that media, and it is also again a violation of the guidelines of the NMC also, and it can face various IPC sections also. So one should be very cautious about it. Maintaining professional web page is a safe activity. One should do it if really they want to pass on good information to the patients. Maintaining professional social media profile. Everybody maintains it nowadays. 80-90% people, general population also have got it. So almost 90% doctors have their social media profiles. It is a low risk activity. Maintaining personal social media profile, 80%. This is the data from USA 5 years back. 80% adults were using internet that time, and 60% were belonging at least to one social media site. Now the scenario has changed. The percentage has gone up. So it is a moderate risk activity. One can indulge into it. Personal interaction with the patient on the social media. Now 75% of the gynecologists, when the survey was done on ACOG, they denied friend request from the patient on the Facebook. They said they denied because that involves lot of liabilities. It is better to create a Facebook page and add members rather than to be a friend with the patients. Online physician ratings. Same thing like Gpage, whenever the ratings are there. Digital CV, website for improving online ratings. There are certain websites who take money and they improve your online ratings. So those websites like double-edged swords, they can do the reverse also. If the money is not given or some controversy occurs with you. Building professional and scholarly network. These are like some networks are there where doctors come together and they study academic material and they share academic material. There also no non-doctor should be there and the site should be end-to-end encrypted. Like WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted. If I am chatting with somebody, only 2 people come to know. Other people don't. They cannot come to know what we are discussing. Similarly, such encrypted sites can be for building social and scholarly networks on the social media. Conclusion is that digital and social media is becoming necessary elements nowadays to relate to the patients. And practicing medicine has become a tricky thing. Knowing how to monitor your digital presence is important, and practical low risk behavior on the social media will substantially assist you in limiting your professional and online exposure liability to the minimum. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Ganwate sir and Dr. Masrur, Dr. Anamika Samant madam, and all the office bearers of IMA Virar for calling me and giving me this opportunity.
Any questions? I think everyone has understood everything.
Other actually, journalist जो guidelines have come for the Press Council of India guidelines have come in 2022. for how the journalist should behave with the doctors and with the general public also. It is a 147 page guideline where there are various things which are
They never follow it.
they never follow it, but we should know it. We should know it.
In fact, many of our doctors, they shy away from giving statements in press whenever some untoward incidents happens in the hospital. We should be avoided. We should speak to the press because otherwise only one side of
One
the story
side.
comes. Or most of the time they say doctor was contacted and
He was not
he did
approached.
So I will always make it a point to communicate whatever minimum you can say about the case, so that they have to then publish the other side also. आपने जवाब ही नहीं दिया होगा, तो then they are right in just publishing one side, and मसाला उसी में मिलता है, TRP one side story में मिलता
And
है.
it is mandatory for them to speak
And
both
in fact,
sides.
if a big incident happens in your hospital, you call all your colleagues who are specialty in that subject, and then you take a press conference so that if a bouncer comes, your colleagues can answer it. Ki, as per this case studies, this is this. So, this is how media can be approached. Thank you.
Thank you very much.